Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers teaser video for the week of December 16th to 20th shows that Javi Hernandez will play matchmaker once he picks up on Gabby Hernandez's newfound affections for JJ Devereaux. Gabby will seem like she's not interested in a reunion, but Javi will look out JJ's image and exclaim over how handsome he is. Javi won't see what the problem is here, but Gabby will deny having the hots for her ex and will want to dump all this. However, Javi will keep pushing and hopefully get Gabby to reveal she's struggling with some love stirrings again. Of likely, Philip Kyriakis will feel similar love stirrings as he continues to spend time with Stephanie Johnson. These two used to be engaged, so it's no surprise that Stephanie and Philip are reconnecting. DOL's weekly preview video shows Philip leaning in and sharing a kiss with Stephanie, suggesting things are about to take a hot turn. You can guarantee that Alex Kyriakis won't be happy about that. Other days spoilers indicate Philip will face off with Xander Kyriakis ahead of their Titan showdown. As Xander and Philip prepare to go before a judge, Philip will try his best to push his rival's buttons. May Victor's favorite son win, Philip says in the show's weekly promo. Over with Doug Williams III, Peyton Meyer, he'll end up on Leo Stark's, Greg Ricart, doorway. Since Leo has dabbled in fencing jewelry, Doug will ask if he can sell the stolen necklace for him or not. Leo will seem excited about the idea, so Doug may lead him into a criminal alliance that isn't going to end well for either one of them. Over with Jennifer Horton Devereaux, Melissa Reeves, she'll settle on a possible suspect in this jewelry theft case. Maybe Doug is the one who stole Graham's necklace, Jennifer says to Julie Williams, Susan Seaforth Hayes, in Day's weekly preview clip. Julie would most likely defend Doug 3 since she's already become fairly fond of Doug Williams, Bill Hayes' grandson, but Jennifer will urge her to recognize that they truly can't trust him. Next, Days of Our Lives spoilers claim Sophia Choi, Madeline Keynes, will shock Tate Black, Leo Howard, with the revelation that she's pregnant. Tate will respond with disbelief at first and question if Sophia's sure about that. Although Tate will certainly point out that they used a condom, Sophia may swear it was malfunctioning and argue that she's certain about her bun in the oven. Will Sophia be speaking the truth or using this as another revenge scheme against Tate and Holly Jonas, Ashley Puzimas? Will this pregnancy be a fake or the real deal? Either way, our day's predictions lead to Holly being crushed once she gets information on what Sophia's stating. Days of Our Lives, DOL, spoilers recap for Friday, December 6th, shows that Chad DiMera, Billy Flynn, and Kat Green, Annalyn McCord, checked in a cheap motel in Vancouver, where they bickered over Chad's prioritizing Abigail DiMera's, Marcy Miller, remains above Kat's possibly living mom. However, Chad called home and obtained reports on Doug Williams, Bill Hayes, dying, so Kat offered compassion as the mood eased. Although Kat offered to sleep on the floor since there was only one bed, Chad urged her to take it as he kept lookout by the window. Next on Friday's Days program, JJ Devereaux, Casey Moss, and Gabby Hernandez, Sherry Jimenez, played the decoy version of Mr. and Mrs. Chad DiMera in a much nicer hotel. A note was delivered from Clyde Weston, James Reed, who warned that there'd best not be any more trickery or demands. Clyde was prepared to swap details about Abigail's remains for Kat, so he stated he'd be sending more instructions in the morning. JJ gets a phone call from Jack Devereaux, Matthew Ashford, who filled him in on the news that Doug passed dead. Gabby soothed JJ before they ultimately decided to get some sleep. Since they'd shared a bed before, Gabby argued it wasn't a huge issue to share one now. As Gabby snuggled down, she smiled a bit as JJ curled in next to her. Back in Salem on Friday's Days episode, Lonnie Grant, Sal Stowers, enjoyed a girls' spa day at home with Paulina Price, Jackie Harry, and Chanel Dupree DiMera, Raven Bowens. Paulina mentioned Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, causing marriage stress, but Chanel presented a truncated version of the story and insisted they were moving on. Chanel was simply grateful Johnny didn't turn to someone else and cheat on her since there'd be no going back from that. Lonnie understood Johnny's perspective since she once got the incorrect notion about JJ and Gabby in bed together, which led to her sleeping with Eli Grant, Lamont Archie, and having her first kid. Baby David Abraham Grant was stillborn, but experiencing the loss together pulled Lonnie closer to Eli and altered everything for them. Later, Paulina escorted Lonnie to the cemetery, where Lonnie observed that flowers were already on David's tomb. Paulina acknowledged to putting them there since she visited often. Lonnie seemed touched by Paulina's revelation before she laid her own flowers down and delivered some beautiful words to her newborn boy. At the DiMera home, E.J. DiMera, Dan Furigal, joyously assured Johnny that he'd taken care of his Joy Wesley, Alex and Hopkins, problem. Johnny was bewildered, but E.J. explained that he offered to buy Joy out of her contract and give her a large cash to leave Salem. Johnny flipped out and pushed E.J. to cancel all this, but E.J. maintained it'd be terrible form to renege on the deal now. In the end, Johnny caved and agreed to let E.J. drive Joy out of town. However, Johnny revealed there was one loose end as Joy blabbed to Alex Kyriakis, Robert Scott Wilson, about their time together. E.J. wasn't happy about that and believed Alex would hold the truth over Johnny's head. At Alex's apartment on Friday's DOL episode, he was startled when Joy walked up to say goodbye. Joy detailed the problem with E.J. and how she'd accepted his promise to get rid of her. Alex complained since Joy adored her new job, not to mention it'd harm her career if she violated her contract a couple weeks into the gig. Joy wasn't scared since E.J. was going to take care of everything and was providing her plenty of money. Since Chanel continued bringing Joy over and acting like they were best friends, Joy made a prediction about this being for the best. Alex pushed Joy to inform E.J. that she'd changed her mind, but she didn't want to risk his fury. Afterward on Friday's Days program, Joy met up with E.J. outside the pub and took the check he handed over. E.J. pressed Joy to pack her bags and go now that the sale was official. Back at the DiMera estate, Alex barged in and demanded Johnny where his daddy was. After Alex recalled Joy's departing confession, he accused Johnny of putting E.J. up to what he'd done. Johnny disputed everything and made it plain this was none of Alex's business, so things took a heated turn immediately as Chanel walked in. Chanel was perplexed over the dispute, so she pressed Johnny and Alex to explain her what was going on. Days of Our Lives spoilers suggest Johnny will have to think fast and explain this intense showdown, so stay tuned. Enter Susan Seaforth. The haze would arrive later. Even though the native of Oakland, California, was only in her 20s, she was already making waves in Hollywood. She'd guest-starred on everything from Lassie to Bonanza and even passed through General Hospital as Dorothy Bradley, a romantic rival for that daytime drama's original hard-luck heroine, Angie Costello. And not to put too fine a point on it, but the kid had chops. When Seaforth auditioned for Days of Our Lives Powers That Be, which back in the day included future young and restless and bold and beautiful co-creator William J. Bell as head writer, she didn't just walk through her scene. On the contrary, she went for broke opposite Denise Alexander, whose Susan Martin was a magnet for heartache. I was supposed to confront Denise and try to cause her to have a heart attack but instead bring on my own labor pains, Seaforth Hayes remembered for Soap Opera Digest in 2018. So I gave it everything I had, tears and hysterics.